55 is saying bear. The 4-year cycle, being 1.5 years after the halving, is also saying bear. On the other hand, stock to flow, the valuation says bull ahead, and the moving average realized price also point to a bull market. So let's dive right into that. And before I do that, please check out my website planbtc.com for more information and also the data and all the charts, real-time charts that I'm showing today. So let's go to RSI first. RSI, it's at 55. That's a big dip from 65, but it's still in an uptrend. It's above 50. Everything above 50 is uptrend. Everything below 50 is a downtrend. So it's not overbought, the red area. It's also not oversold. It's a bit in the middle, but it's still a big dip. And last video, I said that I would be worried if the RSI dips to 55. Well, we are at that point right now. So in my opinion, there are 3 scenarios from here. First scenario, like 2014, we'll have a bear market. Or 2018, when it was at 55 as well, bear market followed. Or 2022, RSI was at 55 and a bear market followed. That means a minus 50% drop from here to below the 50,000 level. That's what this could mean in scenario 1. Scenario 2 is that it's like 2019. So we had a sort of pre-bull market, a fake bull market, and then it dipped back to below 55, and then the real bull market started. So it could be like that. This could be the fake bull market, the pre-bull market with the euphoria around ETFs and the election of Donald Trump and the end of the war on crypto by the Democrats. But yeah, that's scenario 2. And that would mean that the next step would be a bull market. So after the blue, we had this fake bull market, bear market. Now we get the real bull market, the red. Now the third scenario is that this time is different. That this time the range of the RSI will be between 75 and 55. It will stay there. It will stay like this. And we will see no more red and no more blue. Which scenario we will see, I don't know. But I lean towards scenario 3, this new normal range of the RSI. And the reason that I think that is we're seeing a lot of institutional investors entering the market, and they invest different than retail. Retail would invest or try at least to invest at the low end of the market, and then maybe sell at the high end of the market, and then make a profit, and then wait until the bear market is there again. That would be a typical retail mindset. An institutional investor thinks differently. They think in terms of exposure. So they'll say, okay, we have a mixed portfolio of some shares, some bonds, and we'd like some Bitcoin in there, and we'd like an exposure of, say, 1% or 2%, whatever. Now, what happens if you invest like that? It means that if Bitcoin goes up a lot, so there's a big bear market or bull market, Bitcoin goes up, then the institutional investor has to sell, because the 1% exposure that he wants will be more than 1%. If Bitcoin rises more than the other assets, it will be 2% or 3%, and then the institutional investor has to rebalance. It has to sell when Bitcoin rises. On the other hand, it has to buy when Bitcoin drops in value, because the 1% will be 0.5%, for example, and then has to be rebalanced towards that 1% of the portfolio. So the institutional investor has to buy when Bitcoin drops, and that could keep Bitcoin in this very tight range around the trend. And I don't know for sure, of course, but I have a feeling that this is exactly the kind of dynamics that's going on right now. Okay, moving average and realized price. Those are the black and gray lines here. They're both at 56 right now, and they're very close together for almost a year. Very much like 2020 and 2016. Also, RSI was green back in those days. So that's very interesting to see. And the moving average and realized prices are indicators for a bottom of the bear market, like here in 2022, the blue, here in 2018-19, and in 2015. The bottom of the bear market was at the level of the moving average or at the level of the realized price. It's now at 56. Remember that.
先来看一下 RS 指标，英文简称是 Relative Strength Index， 实现成本价，就是用于衡量价格变动的速度和幅度的一个指标。目前是55，60以上呢是上涨，60以下就是下跌。在PLANB看来有3种情况会发生。第一种是2014年和2014年、18年、22年一样 ，RS 指标会来到50以下，也就是原来4年的cycle， 就是会进入到熊市。第二种呢是和2019年一样，2019年11月，美联储开始降息，那么 RS 指标跌到了55下，但后来2020年3月份，那么迎来了一个超级大牛市，那么这个是第二种方式。第三种比较特殊，这个 RS 指标会在55到75段位内震荡，那么没有红色也没有深蓝，PLANB比较倾向于第三个情况的发生。那因为现在不同于以前的散户。现在是机构的大资金，都是 ETF 的长期投资，那不会像散户那么情绪化，不会 FOMO， 所以呢不会和之前有巨大的浮动。另外一个方式怎么去看这个指标，就是机构总的投资一般是1%到2%在比特币上面。那么如果这个价格如果是翻倍了，那么相对来说，机构就会相应的减仓，因为它总体的指标会达到1%到2%。那么，如果是比特币价格减了50%，那么这个机构就会相应的去买入，因为它总体还是要到1%到2%这个水准。